Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akin, pushing this word, sincerity, and in truth. Back with another lesson. In today's lesson, it's going to be an article from the BBC. It says, a dozen U.S. states sue to halt Trump's tariffs. All right. So, this is very telling about the state the state of good old America, man. All right. It says a dozen U.S. states have joined together on a lawsuit aiming to block President Donald Trump's spate of tariffs that have upended global trade. The suit, which is led by New York's governor and attorney general, argues that the president lacked the authority to impose the levies. It notes such tariffs must be approved by Congress. 12 states joined the lawsuit, which was filed with the United States Court of International Trade. So this is the real deal right here, man. What we push and what the scriptures push in the last days, it's going to be a lot of division, man. All right, a lot of pointing of the finger, a lot of going back and forth, which spells that these countries, particularly they're talking about America right now, are the citizens and the governments are not on the same page, man. All right. Not only within America, but when you open this up to the broader, broader trade partners, with how Trump came out with all his tariffs, the world trade is not on the same page. So that's spelling out what the end of an era, so to speak. It says 12 states joined the lawsuit, which was filed in the United States Court of International Trade. The White House accused New York Attorney General Letitia James of prioritizing a witch hunt against President Trump over protecting the safety and well-being of her constituents. Right? And they're talking about this lady in the picture who must have been the head spearheading it. It says White House spokesman Kush Desai added that the administration remains committed to using its full legal authority to confront the distinct national emergencies our country is currently facing, both the scourge of illegal migration and fentanyl flows across our border and exploding annual U.S. goods trade deficit, right? Let me jump down. It says the lawsuit argues that the law does not actually grant Trump power he claims to derive from it. The act has never been used to issue tariffs by any president. So they're saying he basically going against, certain laws that were established, almost like constitutional type laws. But you even got Trump talking about he wants to run for president again in 2028, right? It says last week the state of California filed its own lawsuit against the Trump administration over tariffs. The lawsuit also argues that Trump lacks the power under IEEPA to impose those tariffs. Several other lawsuits have similarly challenged Trump's authority using the law for the levies, right? So it's going to get into the 145% tariff he got on China, but it's going back and forth. And I'm bringing this out not just because it's an article, but what happened today at the plantation at work. And I work for a pretty big corporation, a Fortune 500 corporation. And these people are stressed the hell out over how slow things are going, the slow down in business, the lack of sales. People aren't making moves, because of what's going on. A lot of uncertainty, which points and spells to what? This economy and going into the toilet. So let's grab some scriptures. The first scripture I'm going to grab is Mark chapter 3, verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Right? So you have the states, certain states banding together to what? To sue the president, to sue that administration, to sue the other part of the government, man. Right? Hey, that's telling you that we live in wild times. And this place is on shaky ground, man. Right? I'll read it again. Mark 3 and 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And that's what we see right in front of our faces, and into this wicked ass America, also known as Mystery Babylon. This place has to go down, right? And prophecy is speaking right now. So you should be excited about the times that we're living in, you know, because this is it, man. Through the Spirit, Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division, right? So it's big division everywhere. Even among the citizens, it's big division. People's arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's only going to intensify as this place falls, as people's hope, dreams, and confidence, which is in this Trump and his administration about making America great again. Hey, when those hopes and dreams fall apart, you're going to have a lot of bitter, disgruntled people out here, right? So that's the next shoe to drop. From there, let's go into 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Let's start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So they do the polls about consumer confidence. You had what's the International Monetary Fund, IMF, come out and say that what Trump is doing could cause what? A world economic disaster, man. A lot of these countries are so-called fearful right now, right? It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So this spells of what? More division, not only within a country, but among all the countries going at each other, right? Primarily, the countries going at America. You see, Trump and his policies are doing what? Isolating, America from among the other countries, right? And it feeds right into Bible prophecy. It talks about in the book of Revelation them hating the whore, right? How they're gonna turn on her, all right? How she's gonna be destroyed. So you're gonna have all these things playing out in these last days, man. And we're gonna keep beating that drum until we can't beat it anymore, man. Because the writing is definitely on the wall. And for the ones of you that got those eyes and ears to see and to hear, man. This is something right here, man. Dozen U.S. states sue to halt Trump's tariffs, man, going back and forth. All right? But it's beautiful to see. But that's the point. I'm not going to ramble on any longer. I'm going to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom the next time.